Good morning. Are you Justin Chapa?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Chapa was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to aggravated robbery. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Any additions or corrections?
Judge, I'll go ahead. Judge, I received the addendum memo from the store manager concerning his thoughts on this. I think there must be some mistake there, Judge. I've seen no reports of additional robberies, no indication that he was a suspect in anything else.
Okay.
I understand his concerns and appreciate him giving his opinion, but I don't think that matches what the police reports and everything else indicates.
Okay.
As well as the gang affiliation, Judge. There's no history of any gang affiliation.
Okay.
I know of none, Judge. So it's concerning, I know, on its face, but after looking at it, I don't think it matches the evidence in this case, Judge.
Okay. What is this? So there's a misdemeanor driving while intoxicated, an MTRP.
I was going to ask the misdemeanor prosecutor to dispose of that as part of this deal, Your Honor.
Okay.
So he'd still be on his DWI probation.
Okay. Anything else?
No, Judge. My client was, I believe, actually employed at the time of this at Motiva, if you can imagine. Since then, he now works at his family roofing business. He's been doing great on that. I sent him to a professional counselor on his alcohol issues, and he's been in treatment for that and has done well and will do anything the probation department wants him to do on alcohol treatment. And I know it's hard to imagine, but this really just was a terrible drunk error in judgment that he made while highly intoxicated, and I do not believe we will have, with treatment for his alcohol problems, we will not have any problems with him in the future. He is, other than what we saw in that incident, a very hardworking, respectful young man, and he is greatly sorry about what has happened.
All right. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Chapa, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 10 years. You're ordered to pay a $1,000 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That is going to include that you enter and successfully complete the JCDI program, which is an intensive outpatient treatment program. As well, I am going to order that you wear a scram device, at least for some amount of time while you're on probation. That's a device that you put on that will tell me if you are drinking any alcohol. We'll get those updates on it. If it's tampered with, if it tests positive for alcohol, then that could be a reason for you to come back in on a motion to revoke your probation. I want you to get that scram device within 24 hours. So by tomorrow afternoon, you need to have that done. Mr. Crenshaw and your bondsman and actually probation can give you a list of places where you can get that scram device put on.
Judge, if I may, on the scram device, just because I tried to put one on a client 2 weeks ago, they not only require the court order, so we'll have to have a copy of that, but they only come to Beaumont once a week, and it's on Tuesdays.
Okay.
And I just don't think that we can make that happen today, so I'd ask that he at least have it
Tomorrow's
by-
Tuesday.
Well, I know, Judge, but we would have to get them the order and schedule the appointment, and it's a company that comes out of Houston, and they're very difficult to deal with.
Is that the only company that does it?
I would have to look into it, Judge. Are you talking about Recovery Hill?
Yes, that's who probation has sent my other clients to.
Yeah.
And they require all the paperwork, payment, everything to be done before they will schedule you for
Okay.
an appointment. I would just ask if we could please have until next Tuesday.
Okay.
To get that done.
All right, we'll do this by next Tuesday, end of business day. Should give you plenty of time to get that taken care of. So make sure Mr. Crenshaw obviously knows where to get that information. You need to make sure and get that done, get it paid for, wear it, and then not test positive. You cannot drink any alcohol at all, even though it's legal while you're on this probation. Do you understand? Also, a condition of your probation is that you are not allowed to be in possession of a firearm. That means on your person, it means in a vehicle, and it means wherever you're living. You cannot have any type of firearm. Do you understand that as well? Any other conditions?
I think that will cover it, Your Honor.
All right, then I'm going to hand you, well, first of all, Mr. Chapa, this is an excellent opportunity. And if you do everything that you're supposed to while you're on this probation, you do not have a conviction on your record. And at the end of the probation, if you are successful, the case gets dismissed. You're never a convicted felon. The other side of that, in this case, is extremely serious, because if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, found guilty, so then you're a convicted felon, and go to prison for anywhere in the range of punishment, which is a minimum 5 years in prison, up to 99 years or the rest of your life in prison. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over all of your paperwork. Good luck to you, sir. Good morning. Are you Jacob Graves?
Yes, ma'am.
And will your client waive the formal reading of the motion, Mr. Crenshaw?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me get that pulled up properly.
I think we're just proceeding on violation one.
Count one. Mr. Graves, in cause number 22-40761, I have a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. It shows that you were placed on probation April 10th of 2023 for the first-degree felony offense of arson, and that was a 10-year deferred probation. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
It alleges that you violated your probation. Count one alleges that you committed the new offense of driving while intoxicated October 20th of 2024. And is that true or not true?
True.
Did you enter your plea of true to count one freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you plead true to that count because it's actually true?
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Crenshaw?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement is for you to plead guilty to that DWI with a 2-year probation on that down in misdemeanor court. And then your probation here would be modified to include an alcohol assessment and any treatment as required as a result of that assessment. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Graves is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of true to count one freely and voluntarily. Find that count true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty and revoke your probation. However, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue you on probation. I am going to order that you submit to alcohol and drug screening. Any treatment that they say you need, whether you think you need it or not, you're going to be required to do that. Obviously, follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. This is a great opportunity because just based on that one allegation, you could be revoked and go into prison today. So I want to make sure you understand that you need to do everything you need to get your life on track, to not make these kinds of mistakes, be successful in the probation. Again, you still don't have that conviction, but it would be very different if you are back in here. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Probation's here. Is there anything else that you need to recommend or think that I should do?
No, ma'am, I was agree with the alcohol and assessment. We do have somebody in our office that does substance abuse assessments, but I know they found somebody else, which is perfectly fine as long as I'm updated.
Okay, sounds good. All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. Are y'all going down there to take care of that misdemeanor today, or is that?
We're not, Judge, but at the next time it's set, I'm waiting to be paid.
Okay.
And next time it's set, it will be done.
Perfect.
We will plea and take the 2 years probation.
Okay, sounds good. All right, stay in touch with Mr. Crenshaw so you make sure and get that misdemeanor taken care of as well.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're free to go. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Good morning. Are you Matthew Baxter? And Mr. Baxter was previously in court and entered a plea of guilty to the first-degree felony offense of aggravated assault against a public servant. I've received that pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor. State has, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No, Your Honor. Not from the state, Judge.
So, based on obviously the nature of this offense and looks like underlying issues with regard to drug issues and mental health issues, I am inclined, Officer Norsworthy has some very strong opinions, and I don't blame him for having those opinions. I don't know that there might be some type of upfront so they didn't do a full substance abuse assessment, just the when did you go to La Hacienda?
That was quite a few years ago when I was in my 20s.
Okay. And then you went to another place, Seacliff.
Yeah, I think maybe when I was around 23 to 25.
Okay, so this says that you have a medical marijuana card, but you're not using it. Is that correct?
That's correct.
When's the last time you used marijuana?
It's been months and months.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, Mr. Baxter, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 10 years. You're ordered to pay a $1,000 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. One of those conditions is going to be that you are not allowed to use any type of marijuana, medical or otherwise, without my specific permission.
Right here, the stakes couldn't be much higher. Judge West is giving Mr. Baxter something many defendants never get a chance to avoid: a felony conviction entirely. But there's a catch. Every condition of probation matters. And one bad decision could send him from probation straight back into court, facing years behind bars. That's a huge risk, but also a huge opportunity interview.
So if you test positive for marijuana, it's going to be a violation of your probation. There are other things you can do to get the help you need for any underlying issues that you have. You're going to be required to do a substance abuse assessment. And if that assessment says, you know what, Safe P is warranted, or ISF, or something outpatient, you will be required to do whatever it is that assessment says. I want that assessment done. What's the quickest something like that can be taken care of?
Get it done within a week or two.
Okay, so you need to get that scheduled within 2 weeks, so don't put it off. You have to go to the appointment and get it done, and then follow any recommendations of that assessment. And if you do everything that you're supposed to while you're on this probation, this is an excellent opportunity, because you do not have a conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation, the case will be dismissed and you'll never be a convicted felon. You have no criminal history. You have one, this is it. This is your criminal history, is this case. And so there's every reason why you're getting this opportunity, but you need to understand, again, if you take advantage of it, it's great. At the end, the case gets dismissed. If you don't take advantage of this and you violate in any way, you can be back in court, found guilty of the offense, which gives you that felony conviction, and sentenced anywhere in the range of punishment, which is between minimum 5 years up to 99 years or the rest of your life in prison. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation will call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Let's see.
Today's hearing was all about second chances. Again and again, Judge West chose probation over prison, but with strict conditions attached. The message was clear. These opportunities can change lives, but only if the defendants take them seriously.